In the first part of this series, we walked around Reading and Northern's newly acquired train when it was parked at our Nesquehoning campus. Now let's back up a day to Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, to see how we got this train home from the North Shore's Shamokin Valley Railroad. Our railroads meet at a place called NORA, just east of the Route 54 crossing near Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania. This area is noted on some maps as Alaska, and with some freshly fallen snow on the ground, it certainly resembled its namesake. Our driver dropped us off at the siding behind International Paper, where we would board our newly delivered train. No, not these two boxcars, though I guess that could make for an interesting ride someday. Looking off to the west here, we see our track heading towards NORA, though there's one more freight customer between here and there. The end of our line is just under half a mile away in that direction. The majority of our trip back to Nesquehoning was rare mileage along our Mahanoy and Shamokin branch, and me being me, yeah, I filmed nearly every minute of the ride and found myself not wanting to cut anything out in the editing process. So guess what, guys? This 4-part series just became a 5-part series. Parts 2 and 2.5 cover our ride along the beautiful M&S branch. Yes, part 2.5 because part 1 has already been published and labeled as one of 4.
Come on, Jamie!
I'm coming, Tyler!
Yeah, I'm just loading the folks up back here. Jamie Macon is just about on, so I'm going to give you the go-ahead here in 3, 2, 1. Okay, then there's 20.
We'll be riding in car number 1962 named Endless Mountains, an ex-Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western coach that we will be renumbering as 312. Get your tickets out and all aboard. And hurry up, guys. We don't want to miss our train.
The other way, Mr. Mullen. There we go.
Well, look who we have here.
Look who's there.
It's Colin and Colin with matching hats.
No, you got it wrong. This is bad Colin apparently, and that's good Colin.
Bad Colin on the left, good Colin on the right. See you down the tracks, guys.
Yeah.
About 5 to go there at 25. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Tyler. So here's what I haven't told you yet, guys. Tyler is our conductor today. And you want to guess who our engineer is? That's right, Andy Muller Jr. himself. He'll be taking this new train all the way back to Nesquehoning for us. Guys, this would be a cool shot if you're rail fanning. Parked down there on Route 54, you've got a wide shoulder, and at least this time of year, an unobstructed view of the train running up here on the bridge. In fact, there's a rail fan now. I'm not sure who, but someone did do that. Looking towards Mount Carmel. I hear the horn. Sounds like we're coming into Locust Summit. And I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see our friend Colin. At least one of them, maybe both. And there goes the rail fan. Guys, if you were to ever ask me what's the hardest part about being a rail fan, it would be days like today deciding, do I want to chase or do I want to ride? Because guys, you know I'd love to do both. Now I'm very fortunate working for Reading and Northern now that I have the opportunity to ride this train. And we are going to walk through the train very soon and see our new cars. They're going to be my first time seeing them. You're going to get to explore them live as I go through them. But we are in Locust Summit now. And we are looking for good Colin and bad Colin. Rail fans. There they are. bunch of them. This is great, guys. I love seeing people out here chasing. Looks like we got Ethan, Colin, and a couple others that I couldn't identify. But great to see all of you out here. Thanks for coming out to chase. Guys, this is really special. There's a bunch more. This is really special because even though we're continually buying rail equipment and cars, it's very rare that we buy a whole train. Still going through Locust Summit here. There's a couple crossings. It's a small town, but there's a couple of good spots here. It's only my second time out here. You'll recall I was out here for the charter trip RDC chase back on April 20th, 2024. And guys, I remember that day I was upset because I couldn't ride, but my goodness, I had one of the best chases of my life. I was a very happy rail fan by the end of that day. And it helped me learn new territory. Now, this is my first time riding. This is the Mahanoy and Shamokin branch of the Reading and Northern Railroad. Technically haven't gone quite to the end, but where we got on board, that was pretty close. There's Ethan. And there is Nate from our, I guess he's operations department in that SUV there. He used to be an engineer. In fact, fun fact, guys, the outro video, or I should say end screen video, I use in almost all of my videos going over Nesquehoning Bridge during fall foliage season. Nate was the engineer that day. And guys, you'll never guess what locomotive we were in that day. It's one that's rarely seen on Lehigh Gorge. It was ST40-2, number 3059. That was, I think that was 3 years ago already. I know a lot of you are newer to the channel and probably never saw the video of that cab ride, but you do see that end screen in every video. So just some fun facts about that. You know, at the time, oh Jesus, yep, that's what you get on board, guys. I thought I was the crazy one on this train, but apparently there's some characters on board.
You being the chief of which?
I am the chief of the characters. So we've got, let me introduce who we have with us today. We have Zach, who despite the odd appearances is the manager of our paint shop. Hi, Zach.
Hello.
Most of you know Josh Cascarella. He's the manager on the RDCs, the OSJT every weekend. And someone you probably haven't met yet is Meg Purcell. And Meg, I forget your brand new title.
Passenger Special Projects OCS Coordinator.
She does a lot of things, guys. I think we all do, but I think Meg's probably doing a few more than most of us.
Neighbors. These coaches are beautiful. I like these with the white base.
Oh, wait, please, it is. It's nice. It looks like brighter inside.
Oh, we got the clear storage, Jamie.
That's what we need to put back in ours. Get the sun making that almost look like it's lit up. Like we got some sort of coal mining out here. I don't know if that's presently being mined or if that's from the past, but we are in the coal region, so you're going to see a lot of that today. Now you're going to notice something else. This is going to be a very leisurely ride, guys. I don't know the track speed limit here. I'm going to look that up later and caption it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10 or 15 miles per hour. We'll pick up the pace once we get to Mahanoy City and beyond. But from Mount Carmel Junction, where we started, all the way out to Mahanoy City, guys, not only is that rare mileage, I've never ridden on it before. It's very rare that any passenger equipment goes on it. So I don't mind the leisurely pace, because that just means that's going to be more of a chance to slow down and enjoy the beautiful scenery. It's a very cold day. We're in the 20s, although thankfully the wind is not as bad as it was predicted to be. The sun is out, looks beautiful. Trust me, it's cold. I don't mind. I'd rather be cold than hot. Now, I'm not sure what we're coming into here. There's probably going to be a lot of captions, guys. I thought I was going to have time to do more research last night, and I had a lot going on last night, so we're kind of winging it on this winging it on this ride today. I mean, I know approximately where we're at any given time. I don't know the freight industries around here. I'm not sure where the sidings are going to be. We'll just discover all that together. It's part of the fun, though. I mean, we as a railroad have 400 some miles of track, approximately 400 miles of track. I haven't seen nearly all of it. I'm quite familiar, obviously, with the 120-mile main line, the 20-plus miles up to Tunkhannock, the Pottsville branch, the Minersville branch. I've been out to Tremont. But there's a lot out in this part of anthracite country that I haven't ridden yet, and there's also a lot up in the Scranton area regarding industrial customers that I haven't ridden yet, and a whole bunch up in Hazleton. So that's actually good news, guys. It means there's a lot more for us to do, a lot more to explore. Not that I ever run out of ideas here. I think for every video I finish, I get an idea for 2 or 3 more. But I always like to explore new territory. It's one of my favorite things to do, whether it's by rail, car, or bicycle. So we're out here doing that today. Piles of coal here, so I'm guessing this is some sort of active coal mining area. We got a piece of maintenance of way equipment off the tracks there. I still got to do some learning about those pieces of equipment. Guys, if I'm learning and exploring, I'm happy, and there is just so much to do at this railroad. It will never end. There's always something new, always something exciting. Picking up the pace a little bit here. a rail fan up on this bridge? We do. 2 rail fans. Nice. So glad you guys are out chasing. I'm really excited to see it, and I'll be looking forward to watching your videos. Looks like we're going down grade. That's always hard to tell when you're on the railroad, but just visually it looks like we crested a grade going up towards that bridge, and now it looks like we're heading downward. I don't know 100% that that's the case, but you get a neat perspective out of the front or backs of these trains that you don't get when you're riding in coach. And I know we should go exploring the coaches, but I also kind of think we're going to see Colin and Colin again soon. So what do you say, guys? We stay back here for just a little bit longer, and let's wait till we see him again, then we'll go inside. Guys, I just had another idea. That's always scary, right? We're eventually going to come out to East Mahanoy Junction, and we've ridden that stretch from East Mahanoy Junction to Nesquehoning many times. So how's about this, guys? Let's hold off on exploring the new cars. I know they're new, they're exciting, but so is this rare mileage view out the back. What do you say we just hang on here till East Mahanoy Junction, and once we get into familiar territory, then we'll go checking out the cars. What do you think? I like it. And hey, since I'm the one holding the camera, I guess that's what we're going to end up doing. Now, interestingly, this view out the back has only been made possible by the fact that we're actually missing something today. We did purchase a caboose with these 7 rail cars. The caboose should have been on the back of this car, which would have been obstructing the view. Of course, that means I'd probably be riding in the caboose, because you know me. We are still getting that caboose from what I understand, but it'll be coming at a later date. I don't know when that'll be, but that's something else that we have to look forward to. Today we did take delivery of the 7 rail cars. And they were delivered from the Shamokin Valley Railroad run by North Shore. They were delivered out to NORA. That's the west end of our line, where we interchange with their railroad. From what I understand, the cars arrived around 12:30, 12:45 in the afternoon. Large embankment off to the right here. Not sure if that's related to mining. Could be. There's the ruins of a wall. It looks like a bridge. Interestingly, looks like bridge abutments, but not sure where there would have been a bridge. Maybe that was a coal dump. There's so much history to the railroad, guys. I've only just scratched the surface of starting to learn it. And again, that's something that's going to keep me happily busy for probably the rest of my life, which hopefully is a long time. That was Route 54 we just crossed. There's a lot more people out chasing this than I expected, which, like I said many times, makes me very happy. We only put word out about this late last night. I confess I knew quite a bit ahead of time, but I'm sure you understand when I have to keep certain things confidential. But for such short notice, wow, on a weekday, this is a Tuesday, we got a great crowd out here. crossing I filmed at during the RDC charter trip. Nice thing for rail fans about the slower speeds on this branch is you can get a lot of the crossings, most of them. Probably not all of them, but I'm going to say most of them. Currently 2:09 in the afternoon, January 14th. Even though the days are starting to get a little bit longer, the sun is still already pretty low on the horizon, and when you get out to these mountainous areas, it feels like it goes down way earlier. I mean, we've got sunlight left, but the shadows are already getting long. I'm not sure what our ETA is back to Nesquehoning. If I had to guess, I'd say that's a good question. I want to say around 4 o'clock, but we're either going to have to get in before the fast freight, or, and this is an interesting prospect, or we'll have to wait at East Mahanoy Junction for it to go by. And, I don't know. I just don't know the operating conditions of this part of the railroad well enough to take a guess which of the two it's going to be. But how cool would that be for the rail fans to have a meet between this train and the fast freight at East Mahanoy Junction? Let's hope, guys. See what happens. Down into a valley here. And to put this in context, guys, you see me up at the Pioneer Tunnel coal mine and steam train in Ashland, Pennsylvania quite a bit. Running the Loki, doing the mine tour. I think you're going to see some other cool things from me up there this year. And Pioneer Tunnel is off in that general direction that I'm pointing the camera. We are making a long loop. We crossed over 54. We're making a long loop south, and then we'll go east. I believe we'll be going through Lavelle or near Lavelle. Actually, I think that crossing we went through was in the Lavelle area. Through Lavelle, through a small town called Gordon. Then we'll start to go north again. That's where we'll cross Route 61. And where we cross, that is more or less where the old coal breaker was for the Pioneer Tunnel back in the day when it was operated as a mine. And then we'll come up and start paralleling 54 again. We'll go through the towns of Girardville, Gilberton, Yeah, Girardville, Gilberton, Mahanoy City. I think there's one or two I missed in there. Mahanoy Plains in there. I'm learning the area, guys. Be patient with me. But long story short, we are making a big loop south of Pioneer Tunnel and then back up and around. And I gotta imagine the reason for that is it probably was the easiest way to lay the track. I mean, I can tell we're definitely still going downgrade here. I'll caption whatever information I can find that puts this in a little more context. We got some homes here. You guys know I'm always looking at homes along the tracks. There's one for sale in Nesquehoning right now. It's a little bit out of my reach, and it's also a little too small. Someday, guys, I'm telling you, someday. Actually, I know where we are. We're going over a bridge over this road. If you look up that hill there, Colin and I had filmed the RDCs there on the return trip in April. I don't see anyone up there today, and I don't see anyone below either. It's a tough shot to get. It's a very narrow road, hard to park. Fortunately, not a lot of traffic. So now we're looping around. We're starting to, instead of heading south, we're looping around to the eastward direction. And a nice view out towards the valley out that way. Beautiful, beautiful day for this, guys. I don't even mind the cold. It's actually, there's no breeze back here. I'm pretty comfortable. Associate this area with farming, but we got a pretty big farm field up on this hill. Got a farm up there. Got some houses down here. Tell you this, guys, if I ever move, I will have a place with a good view of the trains, and it will be our railroad that I'll be moving up to. There's no immediate plans for that, but if there's ever a chance in the future, it's something I would definitely consider. And we got a farm here. Kind of looks like that pen. I don't know, maybe they keep horses in there. Meg would know. Meg that I introduced you to earlier in the video, she has horses. She's very involved with riding and that stuff. It's been an interesting glimpse for me into a different world working with her. Hear the horn. We're coming up on a crossing, but thinking it's a crossing I haven't seen yet. So I'm a little, I haven't been in this area yet. After Colin and I had rail fanned at the bridge for the RDCs, we headed due east. Went through another crossing, I forget the name, I'll know when we go through it. And then we caught the RDCs going across 61 in Ashland. Some big houses coming up on the right. More fields. Alright, I definitely don't know this crossing. Bunch of rail fans. I'll have to look that one up on the map and caption it. There we go. A gazebo overlooking the tracks. I like it. That's a nice house there, that gray one. Yeah, something like that, guys. As long as it's got a deck or a gazebo or patio or something that I could watch trains. Looks to be about the right size. Got some land around it. I do like some land. I like my peace and quiet. Love my neighbors, but I don't like living on top of people, and that's one thing where I am now. I may not get to see railroad tracks, but I've got great views. I've got some room around me, and the neighbors on every side, knock on wood, they're fantastic people. Hopefully they never move. Stream down here. Here's a nice farm, nice wide open fields. Into the sun for sure. Let's see, I'll give you guys views out the sides for a little bit. Pretty sure we'll pretty soon be turning more northward, coming up the east side of Ashland up towards 61. Not sure exactly how far. Do believe we have to go through Gordon first. Probably have a pretty good guess when we're there. Bridge. Let Zach take some pictures here. Zach just joined me. Can't hog up all the fun.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
It sure is. I'm comfortable out here. I'm not even cold.
Yep.
So what I told my viewers, Zach, I said there's no point wasting the rare mileage walking through the cars. I'm gonna film every bit of rare mileage I can out here. And then when we get to East Mahanoy Junction,
you'll have time.
And I'll go through the cars. We've filmed that 100 times. But here's what I was wondering, maybe you know the answer. Are we going to go ahead of the fast freighter, or are we going to wait at East Mahanoy Junction for it to go through?
I believe they're going to beat us. If not,
Okay.
we'll hold for them. They'll take priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first, guys. We're probably going to have to hold for the fast freight if they're not already through. I hope we get there to watch them go through, though. That would be a lot more fun. More farms out to the left now. And we're coming up on a town. I'm gonna guess this is Gordon.
Yep.
All right, Zach says yes.
Universal Forest Products.
All right, Universal Forest Products. Is that one of our customers? I'm guessing it is with the siding.
Yep.
Aren't you want to check the rest of these out?
So I just told Zach, Josh is here. And Josh, you ought to know me better. This is rare mileage. I'm filming every second of rare mileage, and once we get on the main line that I've filmed 1,000 times, and we'll check the cars out. Although I will make an exception for Hometown High Bridge, because I don't care how many times you go over that, that is really cool. So we're looking into town here. Looking for a good house along the tracks with a nice deck and a for sale sign. And room for the model trains. Gotta have it all, guys. Hey, Colin and Colin are getting a lot of crossings. They're doing good. a loading platform for something, but I don't know what. Well, that looks pretty overgrown. I'm guessing it hasn't been something in a while. I love this area, guys, but that is one of the sad things about it is it's not what it used to be. You go a lot of places and you see more of what's not there anymore than what there currently is. Although much to a lot of people's surprise, there is still a lot of mining going on in this area. The anthracite business is going strong. We still do a lot of our freight business is anthracite coal. Love the icicles on the rock formations. It's something else I never get tired of. This was the crossing we were at on the last chase. Hey, Isaiah! There's my friend Isaiah Barr. He's one of our newest car hosts. Absolutely fantastic guy. I had the pleasure of working with him on a number of the Pittston Fall Foliage and Santa Claus trips this year. He's a rail fan, very knowledgeable about different stuff, and he's a pleasure to work with. Glad to see you out here today, Isaiah. This is actually a good time to give a special shout out to Matt Fisher, who heads up our passenger department. And when I had Railfan, the RDCs, Matt was at that spot with me and Colin last year. And I feel bad you can't be out here for this train today, Matt. Matt is taking a vacation. I'm not going to say where. But let's just say he's got some really cool trains he's enjoying too right now. So, miss having you here today, Matt, but hopefully you enjoy the video. Alright, we are getting close to Ashland now, I have no doubt about it. I'm starting to recognize just some of the scenery. There's the horn.